Hello boxing fans, right now I'm doing a treble prediction, and this is a prediction video containing 3 fights, and this will be the last boxing match of the year, and it's the American card, including Andre Dirrel, Jermaine Taylor and Mike Perez in fact. Starting with the main card, and now I'm looking at, what am I looking at? I'm looking at Andre Dirrel versus Darryl Cunningham. Firstly, we know all about Andre Dirrel, fought a close fight against Carl Froch, lost it. In my opinion, he deserved to lose it. He didn't really try and win it. Secondly, came in against Arthur Abraham, did well, took the fight to Abraham, outboxed him, shown what he was all about, shown how to beat him, and then later on, Arthur Abraham was coming back into the fight to his credit, to be perfect. I've got to give credit where it was due. But then Arthur Abraham lost control. Andre Dirrel did that thing what he does whenever he's under pressure. He falls down, he slips. It's just what he does. And Arthur Abraham lost control, said, "I'm not having you breaking up the fight like that," smacked him in the mouth. And thing is, he didn't get back up from that. That's the power of Abraham, or that's the acting skills of Dirrel. I don't know what I want to believe anymore. I personally think that Dirrel took the dive in that fight, to be honest. But you can't be sure, can you? You can't be sure. So now his opponent, Darryl Cunningham, 37 years old, super middleweight, decent record, 24 wins, 10 by way of knockout to only the 2 losses, 38% KO ratio, so he's not going to hurt no one. Maybe that's a sign that they don't want to put Dirrel in with a big hitter because they think he's still fearful of a big hitter from, let's say, the Froch and the Abraham fight, because them two, you can't get any bigger hitters than them two, can you, in the super middleweight division. Looking down his record, he's not fought anyone of any like worth ever, and he's lost one of those fights as well. Sorry, my voice is crap. Obviously the 2 fights he lost his 3rd ever fight, and then he lost another one against Kevin Engel in Missouri. Yeah, to be honest, there's nothing on his record. He's fought guys who've got losing records all throughout his career here, so there's nothing he can personally do that will trouble Andre Dirrel, and I think this is an easy maybe stoppage for Andre Dirrel here. Andre Dirrel has got 65% KO ratio, obviously that 1 loss on points, 19 wins, 13 by KO, and obviously one of them was a DQ. I don't know if that counts as a KO or a points decision. Personally, I'm not sure. Yeah, obviously being a southpaw, that'll be more tricky for Darryl, but I think overall we're looking at an Andre Dirrel win here by late stoppage. Okay, I'm going to move on to the second one now, and that's Jermaine Taylor, who's making his comeback fight. Obviously back-to-back knockouts, one from Carl Froch in the last 10 seconds and one from Arthur Abraham in the early, I think it was early in the round, and in the early round of the 12th round, and both of them, one was at home, one was away, doesn't matter. The point was he took a stupid punch and he didn't get back up from both of them. So his record is still decent, 51% knockout ratio, 28 wins, 17 losses. 17 wins by way of knockout, 4 losses, 3 by KO, 1 draw. So obviously that chin is a bit suspect, and he's in with some guy called Jessie Nicklow. Jessie Nicklow is 24 years old, 22 wins, 8 by knockout, 29% KO ratio. So he's got no power to speak of really. This is just an easy comeback fight, getting him onto the winning ways again so they can make more money out of him. Obviously 2 losses, 1 by KO, and 3 draws. That's amazing. How'd you get 3 draws? Majority draws. Looking down his record, who's he ever fought? Once again, he's not fought anyone of any no one I've ever heard of, and I'll try and keep quite known, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, he's not really fought anyone of any known. He's tried to no, he's got some of his guys have alright records, but most of them are no. He's lost to every good guy he's ever fought. I can't even make a case for it yet. And this is at middleweight, so this is the middleweight fight. Back down at middleweight, where he's been on a good diet. He's going to be in good stamina. Everything's looking good for him at this weight for Taylor. The only thing is, will he be a flop at this weight? Is he ready to come back? and I think he is. I think we're looking Jermaine Taylor early knockout. So this guy's been knocked out before, and he'll get knocked out again tonight. And next we're looking at Mike Perez. And who's Mike Perez fighting? Mike Perez is fighting a guy called Friday Ahunanya, I think. Apologies if I've pronounced that wrong. It is a good possibility I have. Friday has lost 3 of his last 6, drew 1, won 2. He's not fought anyone of any. He's not beat anyone of any note really. He's had a draw with Franklin Lawrence. That's decent. Lost to Sultan Ibragimov. Lost to Alexander Povetkin. Lost to David Tua. Lost to Chris Arreola, and lost to another guy who was an absolute bum as well, in a unanimous decision over 6 rounds. Yeah, it doesn't look good for you Fridays, to be perfectly honest. I'm not going to go into how I think it's going to go. I think it's going to be an early knockout for Mike Perez. Perez, obviously, as we know, 17 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws, 12 wins by the way of knockout, 70% KO ratio. He's not got a high world ranking, but he's not really fought anyone of any note. He obviously won prize fighter, beating Ty Field in the final, which Ty Field is a decent a decent gatekeeper to the domestic level, if you want to say. Right, and then there's Zach Page he's beat, who has a terrible record of his last 6 fights, losing all 6 badly. Once again, he won those last 5 by points decision. I'm thinking Friday will get knocked out. So I'm going to go early knockout for Mike Perez. Jermaine Taylor early knockout, and Andre Dirrel a late knockout. That's a treble knockout in a treble prediction bonanza.